egotistical or anything, but how is going to war over what religion, physical or religion, is going to help me, you know what I'm saying, as a black person beat the white man? Okay, first of all, the only thing that's going to beat this white man is spiritual warfare. We all know that we got the UFOs and the spirits on our back, but that shit's not gonna work unless you got the amount of energy needed in order to summon that level of existence. Therefore, all the separate, you got conscious people in every religion, but they're fighting each other instead of unifying their energy. Um, so with that being said, until that happens, we're gonna have to build an economy for Black America. We're gonna have to get Black America on unification in one way or another. And like I say, niggas in the streets, you go to any cripple blood or Mexican, they're not trying to hear that Israelite shit. Yes, some of them, they listen, but at the end of the day, you don't need a fucking doctrine to prove that, all these black people are being oppressed by the same person. We don't need a doctrine to prove that. You just look at what the fuck going on in the world. So with that being said, as black people, we have to get out the streets because they gave us the dope to put us in the concentration camps I call prisons. So my family, for example, we have sharecropping, right? So you have this whole crisis where you got Trump and the trade war and how it's gonna affect American farmers and whatnot. But first of all, that's gonna benefit black people like a motherfucker because you have black people who need an economy. You got all these vegetables for the low. My family has a business packaging these vegetables. You know what I'm saying? We package them and send them to stores. But if we had stores, black stores in black neighborhoods that would buy those and build and give jobs to those people, we could literally boycott Dollar General, Family Dollar, Walmart. You know what I'm saying? You don't really need that shit. Why would go 20 minutes down the road when you can literally go 2 minutes down the road to a mom and pop shop who's supplying everything you need in your community? Another thing, not only does this create jobs, but another way to boycott this is we have to get back to the people in Africa. I know a lot of the Hebrew Israelites will be like, oh, they're not us, they're different. But I talk to my brothers in Africa all the time, and guess what they talk about? How they want to unite with the brothers in America. Fuck all that extra shit they're talking about. $1 here is $4 there. I can use $100 of American dollars and pay for a whole month of rent in Africa for $400 a month. Do you understand that? That's like less than a quarter of my paycheck. So with that being said, we also have the ability to go into Africa and buy the necessities black people, especially women who spend more money than men need. You have shea butter, you have coconut oil, you have things like this, all these herbs and essential oils that we use and like to use and need. But I did the math, and it's equivalent to paying $7 and making $75 profit off of each $7 spent. That's like buying an ounce of weed for $125 or $150, and you know what I'm saying, selling it $75 a gram. You feel me? So with that being said, it beats dope. You know what I'm saying? It beats dope. We need opportunities to unify black people, and instead of teaching them this fucking doctrine, teach them what the fuck they need in their daily lives. Like I like to talk, deep conversations, metaphysics and stuff like that. But literally, if your mind is not trained to that, it will fucking annoy you. And I've noticed I'm annoying people. So what niggas want to hear is money. So how do I do that? I use my metaphysical mindset to apply the things that they need to hear, the things that they want to hear, and it still puts them back on the one accord. Because once we have a whole city that's building, their own civilization, their own empire, now I can go in there with whatever doctrine y'all want to, and we can have a debate for the whole black community, and they will tell y'all what they want to hear. And I guarantee you it's going to go back to some form of pre-Hebrew Israelite and pre-Islam tradition, because you have like, for example, Kemet. You know what I'm saying? Kemet was the first people that civilized the island my ancestors came from in Mallorca, Spain. And Kemetic science, it's really interesting to me, but a lot of the women that I talk to about these things, they're dumping Christianity, and they're dumping black men who do not want to exercise their metaphysical mindset. So they're attracted to a lot of the Kemet ideology. They like the Hebrew Israelite 12 tribe things, but there's no substance in the teachings. You're teaching the history of what's happening to us, but you're not teaching me how to open my third eye. You're not teaching me how to, see clairvoyancy and clairaudience and all of these things that we need to develop as black people in order to rise up to our highest self. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Pharaoh, shout out to Seti, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Moors who acknowledged that they used Kemetic sciences when they went into Spain to civilize the Caucasian. These are the things that real kings and real gods do. You know what I'm saying? I'm only 23, but I'm in the process of trying to find the next step. You know what I'm saying? And you know how hard it is to see what the fuck's going on and actually try to find a solution that's relevant to what the fuck Black America. We trying to unify Black America, but Black America, let's be honest, niggas is not trying to hear what's not relevant to them. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just go at a nigga with a doctrine, bro. Fuck that. I'm gonna go at your ass with a money conversation. I bet you sit your ass down and listen, especially when it benefits you. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, bro, we have to rise above this slave mentality and this Willie Lynch shit about fighting other black people based off what the fuck we believe in. Because to be honest, I'ma slay anything y'all fucking believe in, because anything y'all believe in has not helped black people, will not help black people until y'all get y'all shit right. So I just want to address the conscious community about the bickering and bitching y'all got going on against each other. I understand there are agents in the black community, but a lot of these people, you know what I'm saying, can be defeated. You know, that's all it is, babe. If you are a warrior, you are a king. Tostanugi. That's what my Creek people, we call the war chief. You ever heard the Seminoles, Muskogee? Yeah. So we fight against these people. Let the warriors handle that, but the peace chiefs continue to teach the relevant things. You know what I'm saying? People like me will go after these people. You don't have to break away from your platform and what you're doing, because ultimately the only thing you are doing is misguiding the people who need to hear you speak. Like, I was one of those people, and I started getting on timelines, and the only thing they doing is going at other people, going at other doctrines. There's no substance in it. You know what I'm saying? Substance is the key. Detail is the key. Peace, peace.